For your wife, you do that. She give you the look like, oh, you just gonna let him
And
hit
you
me
move.
in my mouth.
You got the signal.
You just gonna let him talk crap. You had the signal.
And now you
So
telling
not
me.
only, wait. So not only did she backtrack, like, I didn't give him a signal. She went all the way back and said, we weren't even together. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Welcome to another episode of Diva Court. I'm your host, Marsha Mignot, and with me is my co-diva.
It's me, y'all.
Dana Smith. Just making sure you get the government name down. She comes with a disclaimer, and we're not responsible for anything she's going to talk about.
That's true.
Because this show is for edutainment purposes only. Please look for our episodes every Wednesday. Subscribe, where we push them out on Spotify. Apple Podcasts.
Is that a joke to you, sir? Is it a joke? Are you saying, what are you saying, sir? Apple.
And Google Podcasts. And be sure to catch our videos every Wednesday on YouTube, where we push them out. You've got to see the colors of beauty.
Yes.
The short hair, the long hair, the beweave it. If you can't beweave it.
Do you have to tell them that you got to weave?
Girl, it's my hair. I bought it.
Okay.
I have receipts. And if I have receipts, it's mine. If you have receipts for your car, it's your car. You didn't build it. You didn't make it. You weren't born with it. But you call it yours.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
So that's the philosophy. It's mine. All mine.
But you can't grow a car. You can grow hair. So there's that.
Okay.
So it's a terrible analogy.
Is it still your marriage if their certificate is still valid?
Well, I don't know. Let's check.
That makes sense.
Jada says.
Wait a position.
No.
It's not.
According to Jada Pinkett Smith, it's not. Listeners, what are we talking about? Let's go into it. Jada Pinkett Smith. She should drop the Smith and just say Jada Pinkett. Has published a book called Unworthy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the name of it. It's called Worthy.
Worthless. You can go. How many titles can we change?
Hey, we can go in on the titles. Worthless. Unworthy. Okay. Why did we?
Oh, you thought I was worthy?
Yeah. You thought. Will thought I was worthy. That's what she should have said. But she has issued this book, published this book, and she thinks, I don't know what she thinks. Let me back up, because I'm an attorney and I don't believe in determining what somebody else thinks. I can tell you what I think from what I've heard, what I've read, and what I've witnessed with my own eyes. I draw the inference that she is unworthy, unsupportive, unloyal.
I know.
And should be unmarried.
True that.
I don't know what Will Smith is thinking, but he could not be thinking that this marriage is working or worthy of his time.
It should be what?
Unworthy, unmarried, and just call it divorce. Let's just get rid of the W. Okay, and put in the L. A loser. I just don't even know where to start. So, Co-Diva, I'm going to throw the mic to you.
Okay.
Tell me where you at.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, camera over here, as the chairperson of the short hair committee, I'm just going to talk to this camera over here then. As the chairperson of the short hair.
She wants to make sure your listeners get it.
Make sure you're listening. As the chairperson of the short hair committee, who sometimes, experiences a little hair loss because she blondes it out and she, burns it off
and then cuts it off.
She sometimes took a little testosterone shot, kind of lost a little bit of it, and it's curly. So, I've struggled, okay? And as the chairperson of that committee, Jada, we're going to revoke your membership. We're going to hand you over to the bitter bitch organization, okay? Because we're not feeling you no more. Like, you know, not to toot my own horn, because I think you're a gorgeous woman. And when people used to say, oh my gosh, you look like Jada Pinkett, or you put me in the mind of Jada, I used to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Wait a minute.
Shut
wait
up. Shut up.
a minute.
Shut up. Not anymore, okay? Not anymore. Like, I don't want that title.
You don't want to be associated, affiliated, or misstated, or mistaken.
Or none of that.
Nothing.
And you know why? Because there's a reason. Because you know what? I was ride or die for you, girl. Like, I was ride or die. You look at your man, you turn around and be like, he better act. Because if he don't act, he whack. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
he acted.
And he did.
And
he
you
did.
said, I'm Team Jada, I'm Team Will.
Yes.
Because we discussed that last
We did.
season.
And you know what? You know what made me feel like really good? Because at first he laughed, like he thought it was funny. But then you looked and y'all was on code. I was like, this is a marriage that's on code. Like, no matter what else is going on, and we stayed strong, ride or die, marriage for life, all that nonsense was a little crazy, but I was with it. I was with it. You know, you looked at over there to him, and he looked at you, and he changed the tune, which a real man should do. Now, Will, I mean, you smacking up a little guy.
Pick a bigger guy.
It's not the best.
You said pick a bigger guy?
Pick a bigger, but
Bigger guy.
But at that moment, in that moment, I was like, I don't care if it was a midget, slap a midget. You know what I'm saying? Slap whoever. If it was another woman, slap her too.
Because your wife gave you the
Because your
eye.
wife gave you the eyes. But after hearing all of the intimate details of how you weren't even married, or I'm sorry, you were married on paper, but not together, then it made me think, like, what's really, did you know? Will, did you know? Like, were you aware of what
That
was
y'all
going
wasn't
on?
married?
Right.
Did you know it was just papers?
Did you just, because,
And she was playing?
because not only did she throw you under the bus, she threw him under the bus.
All the
Here's the
way.
bus, and there she was.
Beep,
Or he
beep,
was. He was
beep, beep. Did you hear that? She backed the bus
She
up.
threw you
Let
under
me
the
tell
bus.
you really, really, really. I disagree with you as it pertains to him going up there and hitting anybody.
He shouldn't.
You
have
don't,
done
on an eye roll.
that. No, he shouldn't now. He shouldn't now because he wasn't in marriage.
No, but
what you slapping people for? You don't fuck that bitch. She for the streets. That's what he should. His mindset
but I
should have been.
disagree.
She for the streets.
And the reason I disagree is this. I
What?
can't condone violence under any circumstances.
I can.
So, Will, you cannot, from an eye roll of your spouse. You may not be friends with him when he comes down, or you may take the stage and make a joke about how short he was, or how you thought his private parts was too close to the ground and he should sue the city. And you can make all kinds of jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have is that she wrote a book. And not only did she write a book to say, that slap, people want to make me the bad guy, as if one eye roll, because she did an interview, listeners, with Hoda. And Hoda is asking her the question, oh, so there was a time where people tried to make you the bad guy.
Try. She made herself the Hoda.
Well, you know what? I
okay?
could tell from the interview she trusted Hoda because there's got to be a relationship.
They
with her.
have to have a friendship.
Because the way the interview went, it wasn't hard enough. They were all
No,
softballs.
it was.
And some of the questions were leading questions, suggesting an answer
you
already.
know what? She probably scared of Jada Pinkett because she's from Baltimore.
Is that what it is?
That's probably what it is. She ain't
So
want
she
to get
thought Jada
roughed
would
up.
slap her?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe she would have gave Will the look to come slap her since he's slapping
No,
people.
she
he
was
ain't
scared
married
that the
people.
eye roll would make somebody slap her for.
Exactly.
She know Jada has that power, but she don't want to claim it.
She don't want to claim it. She
But-
don't want to claim she a witch.
I'm concerned. And here's why I'm really, really, really concerned. It's okay to say, you know what? We really weren't that tight that night. And what he did kind of surprised me. All right. But to go as far as to say, we had been separated for 7 years and we had not called each other husband and wife for a long time. And then Entertainment Tonight pops up a clip where somebody's interviewing your husband and you calling him your husband. During the time frame you claiming
That y'all
we
was
were not
together.
husband and wife. Okay, so hypocrisy, trying to sell a book, not loyal,
All that.
not a real wife,
No.
not a good person, not supportive. Should I? Okay, let me stop.
What about the response that she gave when she was saying, "I hope these guys can come together"? What about
She was going to be mediator.
right? when
Why
you
didn't
were-
she say we weren't together then?
Exactly. Will, I don't understand why you would do such a thing because you know we're not together. And you know that you ain't did that.
That should have been her first response.
You ain't do that.
But the first response was from the child, her son,
Right.
who said the next day, that's
how
what we do.
Nah, don't
I
nobody-
never heard her come out and say, I do not condone my son's comment. I have spoken to him. No, that's not what we do. That's not what we do. We're not a family going around
nobody
slapping
thought
people.
he did that at all. He
Well, I
kissed
guess
more.
even her son didn't know his mother and his father were separated for 7 years.
Maybe not. Nobody knew.
So only
Maybe she
person-
only knew.
That could be the case.
She probably the only one who knew. She was probably separated from him and trying to figure out how she could live this life without Will. Because outside of that, what was you in?
a different world
Right.
from where you come
Literally. A different world with no
from.
money.
She realized without Will Smith.
She went different world. What was that one movie? Can't remember. Oh, Set It Off. Do like that one. And then what? Girls Trip, where she looked a hot ass mess.
I didn't even realize she was in Matrix.
Oh, she was in that.
I don't know. The black coat that Keanu was wearing got more attention than Jada got.
No, the black coat got more attention than the black woman.
I'm a loyalty kind of person. When somebody can't even do anything for me financially, can't do anything for me physically, I'm a loyalty kind of person. There's certain things that are off limits when it comes to loyalty. And even if I felt like our relationship, Will, it's not where I thought it should be.
Maybe
or where
she
it
wants to
could
be the new Kim Kardashian, just living a messy life.
Is that what that is?
Because I don't understand.
Maybe messy sells these days.
That's what it has to be.
Messy sells.
I don't get it.
Red Table Talk isn't on Facebook TV no more.
Oh, okay. So we got to talk from the red book.
Remember when they just did not, you didn't hear nothing about them at all. And you were like, oh, such a great marriage. We hear nothing about
No
it.
controversy.
And then stuff just starts seeping out.
I don't like the way she put him under the bus. And then not only did she distance herself from him by saying in the book, 7 years we have been separated, and saying it in an interview, 7 years we had been separated. But to give the appearance of, one, we're not together 7 years. 2, my eye roll was not a signal to you to do anything.
Right.
And 3, I'm concerned for your mental health. That's gaslighting. I mean, now you're affecting the man's ability to make money because now people are going to say, well, Jada should know him better than anybody else know him. And what she's trying to say.
They don't have a prenup.
Maybe that's why she thinks gaslighting doesn't matter, because it's not going to affect her money. Maybe she thought she's made enough money now. So, or her name is out there enough.
Or maybe, maybe she,
I like where you're going.
you know what I'm saying?
Go down it.
I'm going there.
Share the gummy with me.
She got a prenup, right? No, they don't have a prenup. So maybe she's getting to a place where she can just take him down, which elevates her. And you got people like Hoda, you know what I'm saying, just backing it up.
Softball.
Because they always trying to take a black man down. And they just gassing her up, you know what I'm saying? And she's trying to separate herself.
How could she not see that?
You're almost there. I thought we had the same.
No,
one,
I
but
think we're
yours-
there, but I kind of got off it. But I know what you're talking about. Just throw me a bone so I can go.
All right, so prenup.
Prenup.
All right. You think
They
first,
don't have one.
Exactly. What do you think? Who needs to come to the table first in order to get alimony?
Will needs to. Well, no. Will, I think she's beating him down so much that she's trying to create a space that, oh, you don't want me to talk shit about you no more? Where the money at? Where them dollars at? You don't want me? You want me to keep going?
Yeah, you filed a divorce.
You file it.
Yeah.
And then I'll take the prenup. I'll take the money.
Yeah. And maybe they don't have a prenup.
Well, maybe that's why she said bad marriage for life. Because it really is a bad
But
marriage. That's the truth.
But the only one
Who's
who
getting the bad
benefits
part?
from the divorce is her. She benefits. He doesn't benefit from the divorce. He has money on top of money on top
So
of money.
I wonder if the laws where they're domiciled, because ladies and gentlemen,
She didn't never.
Let's talk about domicile.
She never wanted to be married, right? She never wanted to be married.
well, she wanted to be to
She
Tupac,
never wanted. She
according
never
to the
wanted them
rumors.
kids. She never wanted them kids. Her acting career is very limited. All she plays is angry black woman.
Is that an act?
That role on lock.
She does very well.
Is that an act?
She just plays herself.
Is she really acting?
She just
Are you
Jada-
are you the stunt double when she's in the movie?
Shut up. These figures are for you. But anyways, she plays the same role. She was the role she played in A Different World is the same role she was in Set It Off, which is also the same role she was in actually in what's that other show she was in? Girls Trip. She had a new face, so maybe she had a new attitude. But so she knows her acting roles are limited. She wants to maintain her lifestyle. If Will Smith and her break up and they don't, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna go off in like obscurity. I don't even know if that's a word, but I like it.
It's close.
I like it.
We'll give you the C- so that you can go to the next grade.
I'm just gonna start
and you're no longer our problem.
I'm just gonna start a dictionary that just,
Ebonics.
Words.
It's
It's not even Ebonics. It's just words that I mispronounce but mean the same thing. They're called synonyms. Dana synonyms.
No, those would be Dana synonyms.
Dana synonyms. No, if
those
I
are
can
synonyms.
No, if I can pronounce it, it's okay.
No, it's a synonym.
No, I can pronounce synonym.
Because you're stuttering when you're not getting it out right. It's synonym.
But obscurity, conclusatory, conclusatory. That's a conclusatory statement.
I can't.
Is it conclusionary? Conclusatory. That's when your conclusion and the summary comes together.
The great thing is you're pronouncing it as it's spelled.
That's what's up.
See?
Hook.
Except you're adding it.
Oh, phonics.
No. That would be unhooked phonics.
So, wait. So are you saying I just put the accent point in the wrong spot?
The unhooked phonics. You'll just unhook them. That's all. You just unhooked them.
Obscurity.
What did I say? I thought I said the same thing.
Obscurity.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you said obscurity.
No, I don't think I said that.
Okay, the tapes will play.
The tapes will play. But she's going to go off into the abyss.
Let me tell you something. She made a mistake.
Did I do it wrong? Was that wrong? Abyss? What's wrong with abyss?
It's just like she was.
Okay. She's going to go off into the abyss. Is that better? Okay. She will be
non-relevant.
Non-relevant.
Just as she was prior to her marriage.
Non-mother effing factor.
There you go. Somebody used that on the show.
It is.
Somewhere. Yeah. Reality, that is.
You're a non-factor. With some cussing words.
Guess the problem. If I were representing Will and she jumped up and said, we've been separated for 7 years, I would argue that she had nothing to do with the money that was made the last 7 years.
And that's where you get your
and since we
non-legal
separated,
legal advice on Diva Court.
You see what I'm saying? We put the disclaimer out there before we started the show. Hopefully you're ready.
Non-legal legal.
Come on now. If we separated for 7 years and courts across this country looked at post-separation actions to determine the intents of the party, you didn't intend to get none of my money for the last 7 years.
Well, there it is.
So if I popped off for the last 7 years, let's stop right there without a prenup and let's divide from back. Let's do the math. Subtract 7, then divide by whatever number's left.
We should divide by how much effort you put into the marriage.
None.
Right.
None.
Right.
Zero. Zilch. It's amazing, man. It is.
What about
amazing.
breach of contract because you said you never wanted to be married?
And marriage is a contract. Marriage is a contract.
Can we go with that?
But she entered into it because she said, I do. She said, I do.
But when you say it again, I never want to be married.
No, she went into the contract, but she breached it.
That's what I said. I never want to be married. Not wanted. I never want to be married. I never want.
She entered into the contract, but she breached it.
She did breach it.
Because there are certain terms of that contract that I don't see in her actions, her words.
She failed as a mother.
Her interviews.
I'm going to just say it.
It's...
She failed as a mother.
I thought black women don't fail
at
She's
motherhood.
not black for real.
Oh.
She like Kamala Black.
Oh, she's Kamala? I'm glad because I don't know who Kamala is.
Exactly.
Does Kamala?
You know, there's always an exception to the rule.
To the black rule?
She's you know why she's not black for real? Because she went into Hollywood and became whitewashed. That's what it
Have
is.
you ever noticed how her hair always seems to not have any spots?
What?
Bald spots.
They have.
When I say that, I said, where the alopecia at? Alopecia! Where you at? Where you at?
First time we mentioned it, she's come up with so many excuses for the conduct that happened that night that she's just digging into me deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm
still
her coming.
like I can spread a curl or two and you can see a little bit of the thinness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't see
And
any.
here's the thing. What as a hairstylist, I can tell you that alopecia is a scalp issue. So you would see
The bald spots.
spots on this. It will be clean bald. Like how she gives herself a bald.
Naked,
So
like your hand.
so maybe it's temporary alopecia. Maybe it's stress induced alopecia, which is really a
now
thing.
you could have hair
But
loss
you
because
don't-
of stress,
but you
don't
don't-
claim
You
alopecia
don't
for
get on
that.
no platform as if the alopecia is just the virus that you're experiencing every day. No, you don't do that. You just say, "Oh, I got a temporary little alopecia. Got a little.
No, you could have hair loss from
Stress.
medication.
Yeah.
You can have hair loss from stress. You can have hair loss from a lot of other things other than and not be
But it's-
diagnosed.
okay, for example, let me give an example. If you have I won't even say cold because colds are viruses, so that stays with you. If you have gonorrhea,
Oh my God.
this is not medical advice, but if you have gonorrhea,
Thank God.
it clears up. You don't necessarily have it again. Okay. If you have like temporary alopecia because due to stress
Right.
induced alopecia, it clears up. If
And
you
it goes
handle-
away.
And it goes
And
away.
your hair grows
If you
back.
handle your stress, But if you have a cold, I'm not even going to say a cold. Cold is just so. If you have like, HPV, that stays with you. You know what I'm saying? HIV, it's in your system. You know what I'm saying? If you have hepatitis C, these are viruses. They stay with you. They lie dormant. They can come back. Herpes, walking on the beach. You know what I'm saying? It can come back at any time. So when you move as if, that like everybody was supposed to know, like we don't see you
One,
walking
nobody
around with-
knew.
Nobody knew.
And two, I don't think
we
if
don't see spotty. We don't see you with like.
if Chris
spots.
knew, I don't think he would have made
No, he wouldn't
a
have said
joke.
that.
Because she says in her interview with Ahoda that Chris immediately came over and said, I didn't mean any harm. And that was making Will get even angrier because
But why he angry if he not in a marriage? What is he angry for?
the paper.
That's why she's like, I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. I'm surprised.
I don't understand.
I mean,
So not
Bitch, shut
him.
up.
yeah, she said, I'm so concerned. This is the interview now. Listeners, this is the interview.
Why
I'm
did
so-
Hoda say you
I'm
sound dumb?
I'm so concerned about Will because we're
To
not,
me-
we haven't figured that out yet.
The silly.
No, you haven't figured out how you was gonna escape with the money. You ain't figured it out yet because the minute he's like, I'm not with you no more,
That cuts
your-
off. Access.
all the access is gone. Your book sales will probably drop because they'll be like, she's not relevant.
That's why she won't divorce.
And I feel so bad because I love powerful Black women, but you just making us look bad. And there is no exception to the rule when you make us as a whole look bad. Cut her ass off.
So on the island, what'd you say?
She's giving me Kim.
Jada, boom, the tribe has spoken.
She's gone. She's in the bitter bitch community now. She's no longer.
The tribe has spoken.
She's giving Kim Kardashian. I just need to say something to stay relevant. That's what she's giving.
Maybe that's why she's in a bad marriage for life.
Maybe Chris is now her manager.
Ooh.
What if that's a prophecy? What if Chris comes out as her manager? I'm pretty sure they
And writes a
Chris.
book.
I'm pretty sure. No, like now that I'm managed by Chris,
The slap
she's gonna
heard
have-
around the
she's
world.
gonna have a whole sex tape and everything. Watch.
With Chris? She said Chris asked her out in the book.
No, not Chris Rock.
Oh.
I'm talking about Kim Kardashian's mama as her manager.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
You have to put the Jenner on it.
Yeah, because I couldn't
Okay.
find her.
You can't say
Chris.
Oh, you thought I was talking about Chris Rock?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I said.
No,
this
no.
sounds very Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but I thought you meant Chris
no,
Rock.
I gave
Okay.
y'all all the breadcrumbs to follow me where I was going.
Except just building the house.
First of all,
It didn't have a street number, so we were
on.
riding up and down
Hold on,
the
hold on.
street looking for the house.
I expect more from you, sir. Not her.
That's
Not
a
her.
nice house over
I
there.
expect more.
I wonder if that's it. No, but this house.
There's
over
no
here.
number over
Sir,
there.
Just
I
as
expect
nice.
more from you. You are the Dana Whisperer. You should have known where I was going.
Sometimes.
Most times.
He said you whispered too low.
I'm talking about Kris Jenner was her manager. So this is why it's all going to
Oh, she was.
Makes sense.
She-
No,
Is
she's predicting. Okay, now I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
because she's finally explained herself well enough.
Okay, so you think Kris Jenner might become her manager, and that's why she's getting
she
so
might
Kardashian
be.
Yes.
So she's becoming Kardashian-esque.
because the manager is giving her the direction,
Exactly.
and it's similar to that MO
yes.
of how we handle
Next time we're gonna have a sex tape. That's why I thought you was following me.
He followed you. He said this
the
is one of those
August-
street number.
The August and Jada sex tape is coming
I
soon.
was in the state and the city. I was there. Chrisville. I was there. I was just like, which Chris Street?
Are we on?
Yeah.
Is it
Chris
Peachtree Road?
Chris
Or
Street,
Peach
Chris
Tree
Drive,
Circle?
Chris Drive, Chris Circle. That's all I was trying. Yeah, exactly. That's where I was at.
But listen, you heard it here first.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it.
You think that's who managed it?
She might be managing her.
So when do you think we're gonna hear from Will regarding this book?
It would be
Never.
best for him not to say anything.
Never. We'll never hear from Will again.
I agree. I
He
agree.
needs to say
If
nothing.
I were his manager, I would say no comment.
Like, leave that bitch to the streets.
Just keep doing what you're doing the first 7
Stay
years.
focused.
Yeah.
Stay
The
focused.
first 7 years. Do that.
Stay
How long
focused.
they been married since? 97? How long is that?
I have no clue. Because they, according to her, they ain't been married at all.
Really? Really?
No.
Based on her relationship,
They ain't been married.
I mean,
But I think that's a good perspective to look at is like everybody's analyzing what Will has done. And I find it very telling that you can tell that Will has like unconditional love for her and she just doesn't. It just feels like she doesn't care. Whether she does or not, you know, that is for her to know.
Let me give you some of her faces. So, you know, I don't understand why me, see, he, words, I'm saying the words. And as I make these faces, you're supposed to feel something. This is called manipulation. You know, because when I was watching Jada,
that's
doing all
exactly how
this,
she looked. That's exactly
all these
how she looked.
moves
Listeners,
with her
you got to
face.
go see the clip of the
I was
interview.
like, you
Just
know what?
a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You know
A little
what?
Yeah, yeah. The Oscar level. She was on Oscar level.
I really
She was
like
on-
Just
want
like
to believe you.
supermodel
This is
level.
daytime
Wait.
Emmy. This is daytime Emmy.
I really want
Supermodel
to
level.
believe you, Jada.
And this is like Macy's store.
I really want to believe you because you make these faces.
Yes.
That makes me want to believe you, but your actions
Say something different.
say something different. So
They
I don't
say-
fucking believe you. Okay?
It says passive aggressive because people want to say,
We have to hold her for applause.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah, you did a good job. No, we got to drink to that. We got to drink to that. You really did that. You did a good job. That she deserved an award for that.
Thank you.
We're gonna give you a Diva Court shoe.
Oh,
We're gonna come back with
can
a
I
shoe.
just have yours? That's what we need.
I'm gonna put it on a,
We
on
need
a
to change these things
yeah,
to high heels.
to shoes. I'm gonna put
High
it shoes.
With red bottoms.
We're
We
gonna
can
put
just
some
buy
red
one
bottoms.
pair of red bottoms
And use them as gavels.
and use them as
There you go.
gowns.
That's what we're
I
gonna do,
like that.
listeners.
I like
Make sure you tune into the video so you can see the red bottom gavel.
Visitors, just like they promised they'd be back. I'm sure these shoes
So these
will
shoes
appear.
will not be here. Are you saying that? Are you saying?
That Diva says depends on the price. Okay.
All
'cause
right.
the
So
red bottoms-
predictions. Let's go with predictions.
Okay. I predict he says nothing.
Okay.
What do you predict?
I predict that Kris Jenner will be Jada Pickett's manager.
And
Okay.
you predict another
A sex,
tape.
I predict a
So
sex
who's
tape.
gonna act with
It'll be
Jada?
August and Jada
Okay.
because I feel like that's something
Already exists.
already exists.
Okay, and we'll just release it.
Yeah. Do you predict that he is going to file for a divorce?
I predict he's gonna leave the marriage.
Like,
do.
what type of leave?
Divorcing because he's already out of it. He just doesn't know it. He's
So
been-
okay, let's.
I
again,
predict a
this is-
divorce.
Wait, hold on. This is Diva Court, so let's do some court shit. All right. So if you
some
were
fake court shit.
right, fake, non-legal, legal advice. If you were his attorney,
Yes.
what would you say is the plan of action?
Okay, so my plan of action is filing for divorce, and it's going to be on the grounds of adultery.
Okay.
It's also because it's
She
admitted
admitted
adultery. Judge, we don't have to fight about that. That's public. Everybody knows. I would also on the grounds of cruel treatment, because I think what she did is cruel, to gaslight him and call his mental health into question is the deal breaker for me.
Liable.
Liability. Now you just defamed me because now you got people thinking I'm crazy and I can't get movie deals and I can't get deals with other individuals because they're coming out here and saying, we're not really sure. We read Jada's book. We're not really.
Ooh, sounds like a Johnny Depp situation.
Oh, so you just going to ship champagne it all the way through?
If I had some popcorn or some, I'm going to just make this tea, honey.
Cold tea?
So you saying that
bubbly tea.
You think he should Johnny Depp her ass?
I would dep her. I sure would dep her for defamation.
And depositions.
Take her deposition and let's red table it while we take your deposition. We'll do it at a red table so you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. I wouldn't have a problem.
Red conference table.
A red conference round table is where I would take her deposition, being his attorney, and then we go in to say that she should get none of the proceeds for at least 7 years, despite having no prenup, because it was post-separation earnings. And she said they've been separated for 7 years, and she was not a wife. So she was shocked when she heard that name.
She was not a wife. You hear that?
I would use her Hoda interview.
You hear that? You hear that?
Her Hoda interview.
Where is his mama?
Is she deceased?
I don't know.
No, she wasn't, because remember she was watching the awards that night. And she said her and her girlfriends had a watch party, and she was shocked to see her son take the stage. Yeah, she did.
They have to be beefing. Like, his mama.
No, his mom, he's not listening to. Period. Lots of men don't listen to their mother when she says that girl is going to destroy you. And we, here on Diva Court, will drink to that.
I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry for all these boys who don't listen to their mama. Just go. I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I'm trying to go there.
I couldn't even barely swallow my champagne. You wrong for that.
I was not trying to go there.
The moral of the story, Will, you should have listened to your mama. Because I know his mother has told him on numerous occasions, son,
that hoe is a hoe.
I don't think she's really good for you. I just don't, son. And he's like, no, mom, nah. She's a ride or die, I'm telling you.
She ride or die.
She ride or die. She ride and then I die. She rides my cash and my checkbook, and then I die.
Facts.
I die on her sword every time she opens her mouth, writes a book, or wants to promote herself.
Well, keep it going with what else you would do.
No. I would definitely say that she's been cruelty to children. I'm sorry, we can't put that in there. That's not a grounds for divorce, but it would be cruelty to children based on what she has done in the presence of the kids.
She can keep them kids.
No, they're adults now.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
But I'm just saying, like, if they was younger, keep them kids. Them kids is
I would also ask that I don't have to pay child support for her boyfriend. August. I don't want to pay August, September, October, November, December.
At least for 7 years.
Hey, I won't pay no child support for 7 years for August.
What about alimony?
Oh, I keep all the money. Oh, all the money.
So should she get alimony?
Not a dime in alimony. Adultery.
We'll cut that off.
In the state of Georgia, adultery bars you from alimony.
In the state of L.A., and I'm not
that
talking
is a
about
state.
No, I'm not talking about
not California, but
state
L.A.
Of mind. The state of mind.
The
of
state
LA.
of mind in L.A.
Yeah,
Is you
in
get
the
it no
state
matter
of
what.
LA.
No matter
They
what.
probably like everybody cheating.
So
That's
forget
part
about
of-
adultery.
I think that's the biggest part. I think that's what we made. That's the only thing that runs into that plan. Is I think that she definitely got something on him too, because I'm sure that was.
Oh, because you think he gay?
No.
Is that what you're saying? I mean, it was like going around.
The bush.
That's what allegedly.
He could just be.
No, what I'm saying
No,
is
I know that.
that's what the rumors. I didn't say it.
Who
They
said it?
published stuff about him.
It's been alleged that he's been.
Yeah,
I missed that.
homosexual is
The
what they call
joke
it.
they have is there's one.
There's
a
one
good-
joke?
There's a good joke.
Who made it?
A comedian was meeting Will for the first time, and Will was like, "I want to sponsor your thing," and he was like, "Oh, cool, yeah." And he was like, "Listen, you're so cool to meet. Hey, let's go out. let's go watch a movie. Here's the address. Meet me here at this time. So the joke is he called his father and he was like, hey, Dad, you won't believe it. Will Smith said he's going to fund my project.
And he wants to go to movies.
And we're gonna go hang out later. We're going to go to the movies and do all this stuff. And he was like, oh, God, son. Oh, God.
Bad idea.
Son, there's these things called casting couches. So at the end of the day,
It was so interesting. I lost the earring.
We just put it over to the side.
The
think so?
story is that he shows
Gonna
up
bling.
at the area, and Will shows up, and he's just seeing a whole bunch of big black guys, and he's like, "Oh my gosh,
Dad was right.
I'm supposed to do this with all these black guys." And he
That's
was
the
like,
first time I've heard that
never-
story.
he was like, "Hey, hey, we're watching a movie, and it was I think it was American Pie or some kind of new movie." And he was like, so at the end of the movie, like he talks about the experience, and he was like, Will was like, hey, don't you know these guys over here? Because they had connected over hip hop. And he was like, don't you, that's Biz Marquee. That's like Dougie Fresh.
Oh, he didn't know none
Like
of that.
he didn't recognize because his father had skewed his perspective so
Wow.
much that he
That he
didn't
didn't
look up
recognize the other stars
to
in the
look
room.
up that there were stars in the room and that Will was just being nice and actually like introducing him
Wow.
to more people to hang out
to get
with
a
and
deal.
to get
See
to know.
there?
Okay.
Opportunity knocks. Toot, 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 and
Yeah.
you were.
So there was no gayness.
No,
happening.
none.
So you were skewed by your father. He can thank his dad for missed opportunities.
Well, I wasn't talking
Well,
about
I was
that.
talking about women. It's just other women. They seem to be discussing that they had an open relationship.
Well, she opened it.
Yeah,
With the
what-
adultery.
Y'all are making assumptions. Y'all are making
No,
assumptions.
we're going by what she said.
She probably opened it with
She
Tupac.
said, I opened it.
Mm-mm.
I opened it with August.
I would question them kids, even though that.
You
Willow
know
was
what?
just
What
like
what
her.
concerns me?
She got a weak neck.
No.
He don't make no weak neck kids.
I could tell that the daughter has condoned her mom's conduct. Based on how I see
'Cause
her
she-
role, the dynamic between her and the mom.
That's because they all getting Facebook checks if it wasn't for their mama.
Facts.
Wow.
No, it's still they daddy.
So you just gonna drink up all the
I
champagne
just
while
needed it. I just needed.
you needed a drink. You just couldn't take it.
I think it's still because of their daddy. They daddy probably, his production company probably hosted and then said to Facebook, put this show on.
And they did. Because he's Will
Right.
Smith. And you want to
Yeah.
make him happy.
And then she just was there with her faces.
I don't know. You weren't saying that when the red table was there.
I wasn't watching it.
I didn't say you watched it.
I didn't watch it either. Was it good?
It was difficult to find. I mean, no one's on Facebook anymore. How
You would
about I
have
put it
to
that
you
way?
would have to put in Red Table Talk to find it.
Like you would it.
Okay.
It's
So
on
nobody picked it up? They picked
Well,
up
you
Pimple
know-
Popper
No.
from YouTube. So it was not as interesting as Pimple Popper? Because she got a show.
I think it was only maybe in the contract Will said, I'm not doing this outside of Facebook and
Because
don't
nobody
put
will watch
it,
it.
don't put it on the algorithm.
Nobody will watch it.
Nobody.
So
No.
I'll fund it where no one will see it.
I think maybe people watched it because they heard something crazy that was on there, and then they went to watch it because something
Crazy was on there.
right.
Oh, you
That
heard of
they-
Red Table Talk. So might go look at the controversy
Yeah.
and then not watch any more episodes.
Yeah, or
'Cause she
then
couldn't
maybe,
grab.
or then maybe because I mean, if it was really like generating,
Some network would have picked it up.
yeah,
And I didn't see
it
anybody
was
pick
probably
it up.
only interesting when Will was talk on there.
Because Will is the
No, that's
star.
not true. Remember, they made fun of Steph Curry's wife because of what she said on there. She was on Red Table Talk.
Oh,
Notice how I don't remember that,
I didn't see any
We
of
had
it.
a whole conversation about it.
and I don't remember it.
Wonderful.
That's sad that you don't remember your own show.
No, I don't remember her on her show us talking about it because it wasn't that interesting.
Because you don't watch her show.
But you talked about it.
What we talked about? Her not her what? What we talked about?
Will coming
where
on.
she was like, she gets jealous of Steph.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
She said that?
But I didn't know that was on the.
She
Red
gets
Table
jealous
Talk.
of Steph or what?
That was Red Table Talk.
Because he gets more attention than her.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Well, so does the baby, the little baby that did
Right.
like this at the game.
That's That's and
Insecurity.
that's insecurity. I was gonna say pretty girl privilege. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, in a sense, it's like when
all the attention should be on me.
Right.
At all times.
When you
Thank
walk around and no matter what circle you in, everybody always flutters to you and you get used to that. And then somebody else steps in, maybe it's another woman, obviously it's your husband, and you get jealous. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. I'm
That's
sorry.
not nice. That's
it's
not
just
nice.
like
that's not nice.
it's like if you you know, a lot of women can't handle not being the prettiest one in their circle. Like, that's the indication of whether or not you are secure or insecure.
So what are you saying? Jada has the ability to do an eye roll and have Seth's wife talk crazy too?
Nah, she just I guess
maybe it's Jada's influence. Better not go on that
she's a
show.
witch.
You might say something
might.
bad and your husband might be mad at you.
Well, there's that.
Speaking of speaking, the Republicans still do not have a speaker. Listeners, what are we talking about? We ousted the Speaker of House in the Republican Party, and now we can't fill the House with anybody else because the kids took over the House. Remember?
I, again, am a very, very vocal person of blaming both parties. Like,
how do you blame? Hold up.
We already talked about
Wait a minute. Let me do it just in case the producer won't. How can you blame the Democratic Party for the Republicans Party inability to unite and pick their own speaker?
Can they just watch the video before? Because I already explained why I blame them both. Because you didn't
No, you're blaming them both for the ousting.
Right.
But now for the selection process.
Right, but that was the point. The point was they knew that they weren't going to be able to pick nobody.
How would I know that? Maybe y'all can.
I'm
just saying.
Trying to Jada me right now?
I'm just saying how would, yes.
Are you trying to Jada me
Let
right
me do
now?
the faces.
Go ahead.
With an eye roll. The Democrats roll their eyes and now the Republicans can't select a speaker? Is that what you're saying? That can't be, because I was surprised. I'm worried for the Republicans' mental health.
What I'm saying is that they were the manipulators in this environment of controversy. Like, they knew what they were doing. They knew it. They honestly knew.
But who called for the vote?
Who continued the vote?
Who called it, though? Stop there. And then you can
when
proceed.
there's no adults in the room, somebody needs to take the lead and be the adult.
And he did, and they ousted him.
Hold on. You know that these crazos are not going to come up with anybody. So you have somebody who their team is not for real. He already voted for something that you guys were trying to make work. So why don't we just keep him in office and ride the situation out until it's time for election day?
Because he's
so
not loyal.
The government, it doesn't matter if you're loyal.
And he was a Jada. The marriage was gone 7 years ago. And he was just playing with them. So when they asked for support. I think he saw
the writing was on the wall. And he did.
He's not going to even run again. He knows there's such a hot mess that he's like, you know what? I'm going to go home and have a seat. I got better things to do with my time.
Run for houses.
Office. Yeah, for office.
It tends to happen like that. Like, once you lose the,
he's
like,
just
nobody
had
will
it.
take if you lost the majority leadership role. It's like,
I think his constituents would still vote for him. I think he would still
did it a couple times.
But she was the minority leader though.
Yeah.
I think he could still win his spot back.
No. If you got ousted.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no one's been ousted before.
Exactly.
This guy.
So that's I guess.
So
my
we
thing
don't know.
is, well, so
he need to run so we can see.
No, so I thought. I think I know the pattern she's trying to say,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's aligned.
I guess my thing is that if, let's just say we got the House. It just never happened before, so I guess it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because although Republicans tend, if you lose, I said Dana, if you lose the primary.
Baby simplify words. I don't mess those up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you to mess up a hard word.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Synonyms.
And let me
mispronounce
this.
synonyms.
Let me abscess this.
I said abyss.
And I'm saying I'm abscessing from this guy.
Assessing.
How about
I don't even know what words you're trying to say.
Can y'all
At
stop
least
using
when I use my words, you kind of know what she's talking about.
Can you stop using synonyms?
You got some nerves.
At
You
least I don't do synonyms.
like 2 days ago or 2
I
shows
don't
ago.
understand it. Synonyms. Okay.
What you call it is the Republicans tend to, if they lose the House, they leave. They
leave office.
That majority person, like whoever is the majority,
They don't
leader,
come back.
They gone.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
typically how it goes.
Okay.
But you have unspoken
Like-
rules that they're complying with, and there's no rules anymore.
Like Mark Meadows.
Like anything goes.
no,
The
Mark
other
Meadows
one.
is not the other
What's
one. What's the other? Tim.
The young guy. Remember the young guy?
Yes, Eric. No, I know who you're talking about from Wisconsin.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what do you think
He
about
was
charges?
Ryan.
Ryan?
Somebody.
Are we just saying white names?
His
Tim.
name was Ryan.
Billy?
Right. His name was Ryan.
Okay, so what's the name of the guy who they've just prosecuted now? Republican. For lying again, taking money, doing all kinds of stuff. And he just keeps running from a camera all over. He lied his way in. Said he was
It just sound like all of them.
he was no. This is the newest one that they didn't oust.
The one from New York?
Yeah. What's his name? Or is it New Jersey? Is it New Jersey?
No,
I don't
thought it was
even know
New
who you're
York.
talking about.
And he lied.
The one who lied about his
His resume, he lied about everything.
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 and like no one.
And now he's got criminal charges just
Fact
coming
check.
down.
Are you talking about Matt Gazzett?
No, that's Gates.
No.
That's the one who had child stuff.
Child
Yes.
Allegedly.
Things
Yes.
very crude, allegedly
Yeah.
different.
things that were very.
Is that still pending?
I think this guy's Hispanic, isn't he?
The FBI was still on him, so I don't.
I'm
know.
sure it's still pending. But you know those
You
deals,
know what?
those backdoor deals, they end up in like a plea, and you don't really know until he's walking into the jail with holding his wife's hands that you've never
You know,
seen.
The crazy thing is that Matt Gaetz, if you got pending charges or investigation on your
Sit
head,
down.
sit your ass down. somewhere.
Sit
because
down.
The craziest part, like there should be no one following him.
right.
Anybody who has a federal investigation, sir, you step to the. You see where the Southwest line is? How they said C65. You actually D99, and when they call you, that's when you come to this plane.
You don't even need to stand in line.
Don't worry
Just
about
wait
it.
till everybody
Just
sits down
Wait
first.
till they
Yeah.
call you.
Here's the issue.
Wait.
We've changed.
When they about to close the plane doors and they call those last few.
No. They would be like
They
D.
don't call
They
them.
don't have a D. D99. That number don't exist for Southwest, so we aren't calling him to this plane.
At all.
No, here's the issue. They're so messed up as a party that they're not even complying with norms anymore.
I'm not even.
Here's what the norm is.
Oh my god.
You remember one time at the Mafia and the bad guy and the gangsters? If Billy got arrested or if Vinny got arrested, nobody talks to him. Nobody answers
So we
his
just
call.
gonna use stereotypical
This
Italian
is-
names.
Hey, you was using
Vinny.
Billy and Ryan. You were just calling out white
The
names.
guy's name was Ryan somebody.
Bob Father then. Bob Father. Let's use that.
Somebody Ryan.
You know how back in the day, if you had an issue with the police and you were being investigated and they know the feds are on you and they know they're looking to lock you up, right? What would they do?
hide you.
I'm not answering your call. You call me, I'm not answering you. You can't come by my house. I don't want nothing to do with you. I pull my kids from the school because your kids go there. I isolate from you.
Right.
These people run to the problem, and then the feds
Wanna
go,
lock
oh,
arms.
I heard that conversation, and that sounds as if you knew. Now I'm a conspirator. Now all of a sudden I'm going, it's politics. No, it's not politics. It's crime and justice. They are looking for a criminal, and if they find somebody in their investigation that's affiliated to the crime or that they think helped to conspire to commit
Or if
the
they
crime,
find a whole nother crime.
hey, they're going to arrest you too.
Facts.
So that's what's not going on here. People keep running and showing alliance in a way that is
Ridiculous.
you gaslighting yourself.
Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan.
Yeah, that's it.
I should have started saying the disciples.
Just keeps.
Well, I guess he wasn't a disciple.
Where you gonna get to Judas,
I know.
or is that one just off limits? I just don't understand it, Republicans. But good luck to you. Good luck to Jada. And good luck to the next episode of Diva
Can you
Court.
pour some of yours in
Because
mine?
you're not getting nothing to drink. She gets no drinks.
I'll just click to that.
Look, we drank to that.
I'll
Look,
click to
we
it.
drank to that.
Please keep your shoes on.
Please. Please look for our episodes every Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe.
And keep your shoes on.
Keep your shoes on. Don't jump off the bus early. Find us on
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts,
Apple.
and Google Podcasts. And look for our videos every Wednesday when we push them out for you. Because Diva Court Season 3 is off to a fantastic start.
Yes, it
And we're
is.
closing episode 3 out with our normal statement.
I drank
drink
already.
To that. She already drank to that.
We'll drink to that.
She's drunk to that.
I've been drinking.
Yeah, that's the only bars you can sing. Please stop drinking. Because we can't pay that that bill or that B.
Oh, goodness.
We got to drink to that.